Welcome back to the Hard Times for Saturday One Pocket. This is January 2nd, 2016. And up next we have Daniel Busch versus Frank Almanza. And we have Brook here commentating for this match.
Hello, Streamland. And this is third round in, I think, on the winner's side.
Yes.
Happy New Year, Frank.
I'm keeping track, Daniel. Don't worry. Don't worry.
We're hardcore watching. We got this.
I know, just because you need the tray.
I am well, thank you, Frank. Merry New Year.
Did you have a good New Year's Eve?
I did. I hung out with Geraldine and Daniel at Golden Q and played a little pool.
Yeah, I saw that.
We had a lot of fun.
Going for that pool business,
There's a few holidays where you have to spend with the missus away from the room. We understand.
Typically, those tournaments are for the pool players who are a little more lonely.
Us single folks need a little love out there in the pool world. I love that Daniel put his glasses on to make sure that the rack's good. I love that.
He's turning into a Bustamante.
It is exactly what it made me think of. I wish that I had a better shaped head or smaller glasses because I can't do that. They'll fall off. It's important that that corner ball is tight. You don't want it popping out to the other person's hole. It's hard to get a super tight rack when you play with a rack of balls that have been played with for both 9-ball and 10-ball, as well as one pocket, because the balls just are a little slightly different sizes, and then it's just really hard to get every ball to give you a tight fit. All right, here we go. Race to 2 on the winner's side. He found the rack. Well, he got it tight. Stayed right where we're supposed to. I used to hate this first shot after the break. It was my scariest shot. It's hard, trying to figure out. One of the guys says that's where you get to use all your inventiveness and you just get to find something where nobody found anything before. So now I really like to watch it and see how these guys come out of it. He left him really good. This is maybe you kick a ball. He didn't leave him the edge on the 13. He didn't leave him the... Wow.
I guess the glasses were worth it.
Oh, you got the good bump as opposed to the bad bump. I usually, when I get that bump, it bumps it and just leaves it straight in from the other guy. trying to figure out something to play protect with that 9-ball, but I don't know if he can do it. I like how Frank plays because he doesn't do anything that I don't feel like I could learn how to do. You know what I mean? He plays very simple but great shots. And I'm like, oh, okay. And a lot of times I don't see him, but he doesn't. I was like, oh, that would be good. I need to remember that one. Just they're little shots, but they mean so much. One pocket Saturdays are my favorite because here and at Golden Q, when you walk in, it's all one pocket. All the table, every table is one pocket. I just love that. Oh, he missed the stack.
I suggested that we do a women's one pocket.
Yeah.
And we get maybe 4 players out.
I will. I'm going to tell you, I'm not playing because I'm going to be the bottom of the barrel of whoever shows up for that.
Well, unless I show up.
If you promise to play, I promise to play to support you. Years ago, one of the girls mentioned it, and I said, who do you think's going to show up to it? She says, like Jenny Lee and who else did she name?
Carla.
Oh, no. Allison Fisher. Like, we could get some top players. I said, why would you ever think I would play in that one pocket? I love the game, and I love learning the game, but I don't want to just get beat up on. And unfortunately, it's not just the women. It's any of the players that are shooters that play one pocket. It's difficult to play them because when they get in a tight spot, they just shoot at you. As opposed to somebody that's a one pocket player, they're gonna try and move on you. So it's hard to play shooters that come over to the one pocket side. It's difficult. Had a very nice turnout today for the first tournament of the 2016 season. 22 or 23 players. Very nice.
I think this is the most they've had in a while.
Yeah. I think the last time I came, it was like 21 or 22 players. Could have been 24, but I got here late. Sorry, guys. But no, I love that it's starting to. It seems like it's picking up a little momentum on the players, and that's really exciting. Oh, and a few rows back, we can't see with this angle, but we're going to have Wayne Pullen versus Santos Sambahone. I am in the catbird seat right here, ladies and gentlemen.
But, we run the one pocket tournament at Golden Q, and Wayne shows up and Santos show up. So I've seen it a few times.
Yeah, but it's still, that's two of our top tier players getting it on right now. It's almost more fun though at our level to watch the bad players, not because like anything. It's just you really don't know what they're gonna do. Like Wayne and Santos, you can kind of call it as it goes. But when you get somebody, if you got me on the table, like maybe I just fire from 3 rails
Right.
away. You just don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, he tried to stick him on that 15. Frank's going to get a few bonks off this one. I like the idea. If he clips that 15 just a little heavier, it stays there, and then Frank's really in a bad spot. Ooh. Well, these are definitely pro cut pockets. So, I mean, he tried to force it, and it doesn't accept that it very easily. Nice to meet you, Tony.
Good to see you.
Thank you. See, clean and simple. You and I could have shot that shot if we knew it. No, my dad doesn't go Yeah, I already booked it. I'll see him there. Ready for the whole thing? Oh, cool. He goes for the one.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm going to be putting him in.
No, but I'm saying like he goes. He's all about it. Oh, good.
So I'm giving him 3,000.
She really is sweating it. She's got you down. Hardcore. You know he didn't invent that, right?
But it was really popular.
Spot.
It's 70.
I would probably say 72, 73.
You know what I'm saying? How is it different than a buck with a guy? The guy who beats the 11 ball goes. In other words,
Just about there. Everyone's part of your airfare.
got my head over.
No, I think that'd be pretty cool. It's a fun trip. I just got beat up because I was going all the
Workout.
Yeah, I was just going all the time and I wasn't playing anymore. I was just going a lot. Just got kind of beat up. Last year was the first year I had been on in about 5 years. I'd like to just pro weekend. So we'll see. All of them. But the best move, well, nothing more. This will be the third.
If you're done eating, you can commentate. Can you sit there? Yeah.
Do you want me to hand him this one?
Yeah.
Hello.
We're going to welcome Truman aboard. We were over here talking about the upcoming Derby Classic. And I'm trying to decide if I want to make it out there. I haven't been out for a couple years. I'd like to catch up with some of my friends. And decided to bring him on board to talk some one pocket.
So, Daniel looks like he's playing well. He's playing the cue ball good. He's keeping pressure on.
He did have the break on this one, and as the score stands, it's 2-0 Frank.
Okay. And this is the first game?
First game.
Okay. Now, Frank doesn't give up much. I mean, even if he has to, play a ticky or a billiard off 2 balls,
he's amazing
just
how long
crafty.
he'll wait out and he'll tick off that one ball. Yeah. He's one of the best I've seen at that, where he does not
Sure
get
is.
greedy.
I played him. I really didn't get. I mean, like, I had some crazy shots I could have
Yeah, I
taken.
watched that. You played a couple of good shots, didn't get a lot of reward for it,
No,
and he
I
just
know.
tickied you.
Yeah. I had him in kind of a spot where he could have given up like 5 or 6 balls pretty easily. Now here, this table plays like shockingly short, and I played on this table last night for about an hour, and I mean, the table played easy.
So even on this one, you have to be
I would-
looking for it to come up short.
I would, if you don't put spin on it, it might come up short. He hit it good.
Daniel was prepared for it.
Yeah.
He did hit balls beforehand after
and I told
we had
him.
said about it being short. Yeah.
Exactly. But no, I played on this table for a couple hours last night, and it played easy last night because humidity 0, the
Different
balls are
temperature.
nice and clean. But right now, you better hit the heart of the pocket, and you got to hit the balls at a speed where they separate nicely. You hit it slow, you're just going to get a ton of throw.
One of the first shots out of the gate, Frank tried to stuff the ball and like push to pull the cue ball up,
Blip.
and it just did not. It's not gonna go.
Brr.
Yeah.
But not only that, but I mean, like, if you slow cut a ball, you'll undercut it almost constantly because there's just, I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of throw on the table, so you got to hit them good.
That was a nice shot.
Yep. Especially at that speed. The one thing about, like, these tables that I notice
Well, this table plays different than the rest of
Oh, sure.
the tables in this room, so this has its own unique
drastically, exactly.
style.
But on brand new tables, you don't get that little gully next to the rail, and if a ball gets in that little gully,
Nice
it
shot,
just
Daniel.
tracks in.
Yeah.
And if you play on older equipment, you get to rely on that. Once you get it going in the right direction, it'll hang that line.
Those of us that play a great deal of bar table know exactly what you're talking about, because there's an alleyway right along the
Yeah.
rail,
Get it
and
going in the
and
right
it
way.
and it just kind of grabs hold and leads your ball right to the hole.
Yeah. But on brand new equipment, you better hit it perfect.
Oh.
Now, see, look at that. He hit that ball. He hit that ball very good. It hit the inside of the pocket. I understand it caught a little bit of the rail. The rail.
I still thought he made
spun
it, but what he did a little differently on this one, he added just a little more oomph because he was trying to get
Yeah,
the cue ball, and I think
course.
that was the difference.
Oh yeah, that and it spun the ball. So once it clings, if it hits the second rail inside the pocket, it's gonna spit it out just a smidge.
And we are now at Daniel is up 3-2 in the ball count. This is our first game. It is a race to 2, one pocket.
I like playing the 10 off the side of the 7 and playing the 10 ball at the 8 ball. No need to hit this soft. You can hit it into that. You stop the cue ball right there and play the 10 to open everything towards your
Oh,
side.
he's shooting at the 3.
I don't know why. He's going to billiard the 7, I guess.
Oh, my.
Oh, it must have been dead. Okay.
Oh my goodness, Frank. That's going to be
Well, you
4.
had to have a dead ball.
4 for Daniel, and Frank's at the table running.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a very nice shot.
So if Daniel has 4, that means Frank might have 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess he ended up pretty straight on the 6 ball. He's looking at what he can do.
Still lag it in. Good shot.
Brought it all the way back
Now
so he can
play
bank.
the 11. Yeah.
That's really nice. It was nice
But
control on the
he
speed.
is on the rail though, so he could sell out the 10 if he doesn't get the 11 real close.
I don't even know, because he is so close to the rail, I don't
Yeah.
even know if I'd be looking at that 11, because
Right, but
I know
that's
for
what
me I'd be selling it.
That's what he's planning on doing though.
Well, he's got a lot more control than.
Yeah, but he's got to hit the cue ball in the center for sure. That's a
That's
nice
it,
hit.
yeah. And even though it came up short, like, because we were talking about, and they came up short because it plays short. He
Yeah.
hit that
Well,
pretty
he put a
pretty
little
well.
bit of spin on it, and I don't know if it was inside or outside, and that would have been enough to change the line that
The
the
outcome.
object ball came off of anyway. But his whole objective was to
We're at 4-4, and he didn't. But his main goal there was to stop the cue ball so he doesn't give him up
Exactly.
that 10, and he did really nice. No, it should be the other way. 3, 6, 7, 8. No.
no, Daniel can play. Daniel
1, 2,
can
3,
bank
4,
the
5,
14.
6, 7. Yeah, it should be 4. It is 4-4.
Daniel can bank the 14 ball because the 8 will go down if he hits it with a little bit of follow. If he doesn't get a collision, right? Like if he can bank the 14 without getting a collision on the
Run the
14
cue
when
ball
it
down
comes
to the
back,
rail.
yeah, it's possible. But those just have to lay right, you know.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell from this angle if you can
For
clear
sure.
that without
Got to
it.
be at the table to know like the exact right shot, but I like this.
Bank it and put it down underneath it on the bottom rail.
No. Well, no.
Anywhere but there.
Yeah, no. I would have put the cue ball on the end rail,
Yeah,
not the
this-
bottom rail.
Oh, up here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm using hand gestures to talk to
Yeah.
Truman.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
saying
I
to put it
would've-
up on the Brunswick label as opposed to putting it down on the
By the counters.
By the counters.
Because it just laid right. He didn't. He would have crossed right past the side pocket. He would have left him in a spot where he's got to lag down past balls, and if the cue ball rolls off in either direction, then he could sell out either a bank or a straight in.
And as
So
opposed to if you put it on the bottom,
he's close
he
to
could
everything.
stick you.
Yeah, he's close to everything,
Gotcha.
and he could bank something in.
Well,
Yeah.
Daniel has the 3 ball.
He's got a shot on the 3. He's going to come across the top of the 8. He needs to hit it with draw. There you go, but not that much. Just needed to hit it with soft draw.
You know, he does what I do. I do that a lot. It's you know you have to come through the shot, and you end up, because your adrenaline's like, yeah, and you come through about 40%, 30 to 40% harder than you ever anticipated.
Yeah, whenever the ball's real close to it and you hit it with just a smidgen of draw, you get a lot of draw, because the second ball stops the billiard line and all you have left is spin on it. So like when you're immediately playing a billiard off of a second ball, that's a good shot. I mean, Frank might have something where he could go here, you know, as long as he could. I don't think
can he
so,
see the
but he
8?
could super spin this with inside if he could get to the other side of the 8, which I don't think he can. But
The ball count is now 5-4. Daniel's in the lead.
yeah, but everything's on Frank's side of the table, so the position play of everything
Frank's
favors
checking
Frank.
the ball count.
In chess,
No.
It's 5 for Daniel.
The ball count is 5-4. You have 4. It had slid behind that
And-
center section. Is that broken on this table?
it is actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So some people could pull a move and just slide something over real quick. You know, there are certain
We've
people
all
I
seen
can think
that
of
one.
off the top of my head whom I would pick as candidates to do so.
You kept talking about it, we're like, but our counts, right?
Yeah, this is the shot I thought he might do here. And Daniel very much did the mathematics well. But now you see everything is on Frank's side of the table. So
And that's
Daniel
a
can
good-
come off the 14.
Coming into that 10 is the key there.
Yeah. But it's a hanger. That's all you play. It's just the billiard into that. You're not
Right.
playing the bank on the other ball.
And he
You're
could have
just
hit
playing
that.
the
He could
billiard
have hit
line.
that even softer, and it still would have. But he wanted to make sure he got it
He
over
wa-
to
he
this
wanted-
side
he
of the
didn't wanna-
table.
He wanted to get down table, so he wasn't leaving him a baby back bank. But here, that's a good shot. Ticky the 11.
Ooh,
See, that's an awesome shot. Right
very
there.
nice.
Now,
But
if that ball's on the rail,
That's what I was gonna say. The 14's a little bit on this side,
yeah,
so
he's
it looks.
pretty safe. It looks worse than it is.
It kind of looks like maybe Frank can play the 9 and run the cue
Right.
ball over to
You-
the
you read my
far
mind.
side
And if not, he could go rail first on the 9
to do the same
just
thing.
to still get over to
What-
where he's pointing his
Where
cue
he's
from.
looking at right now, yeah.
But you see what he wants to do here. He wants to get Daniel straight in on everything into his pocket.
So he can't clear the
So
hole.
that, well, yes, but also see the real comfortable part of the object balls to hit is the meat of it, because for about a 60-degree range of the ball, everything comes off at 30 degrees, so it's very easy to play the billiard line. When you get somebody straight in, everything they have to do is a very thin hit.
That was
So now they
exactly
not
where he
only
pointed.
have
Just
to-
I just
yeah, exactly. But that's again because he got to play that 30-degree line.
and you
off
saw
of
him
it.
going down,
Oh,
looking
yeah,
like
he was
where
committed to them.
where would be the best spot to try and leave him.
You know, Brooke has come a long ways from when I met her a long time ago.
So have you.
When-
We were
well,
both pretty bad back
well,
then.
I'm still insane, but the thing
No,
is,
but I'm talking about your pool game, buddy. Pool game.
but the thing is I used to be like, Brooke, you know, you own a place where every champion in the world will just teach you stuff for
But
free.
I hated playing pool when we owned the room.
And you
I
just want to
hated
hit
it.
the balls hard.
Well, but you know, part of
Yeah.
that was because when we did own the room, there was a different expectation. I couldn't just hit balls to enjoy
Yeah, you
myself
can't
and
just
to
be
learn.
left alone, I
so
know.
it was a whole different thing. When we
Yeah.
sold the room,
Then you could
my
take
love
a
of
pool,
pool took
yeah.
back over.
He's
And
going to play the 11 here and force follow probably, or oh no.
What
See,
was-
that's why I liked hitting it with that like
little
follow
harder?
that stuck it to the rail.
is that
but-
almost that force follow where it grabs and
Yeah.
stays right there?
But the risk there is that it could come back around
But
1,
this
2,
was the
3,
same risk
4
that
rails
happened,
and no.
Well, the ball.
No,
would
no,
come back.
the cue ball would have stuck to the rail, but the object ball, if when the tables are playing fast, can come back 4 rails right
ends
back
up being in the
away.
hole.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure which would have been worse here.
Frank is a gentleman.
The one pocket player's Bible says that you have to have an extension in your case, I think.
Yeah. But Frank is a true gentleman. He'll never do any kind of shenanigans, you know.
No,
He's a
he's
wonderful guy.
and he's one of those guys that that you were talking about that would have been very happy to be like here's some free pool time. Can you show me some
Totally.
stuff? And
Totally.
I've been very lucky in my life to have a lot of players like that were open to that trade.
Yeah. It's wonderful. I mean, I remember when I first started playing, and somebody out there may remember this guy, and he and I are still very good friends. His name is Greg Christensen. He's about 6'1". He's got reddish hair. He used to play down in South Orange County. Loved to gamble. Very, very considerate guy, and he was my first ambassador to ever playing pool for money. And it's interesting. I feel like, I mean, for me, when I wanted to learn how to play pool, the only way somebody was going to put their cue back together in order for me to see what the right shots were is if I had them in action. They weren't going to let me learn anything without a price tag associated with it. So,
Lucky for me, I played so bad that they were okay giving me a few hitters.
yeah. But the other thing that I feel like happened is the first person who I learned to play pool from, is who I also learned the emotional etiquette from. And he and I were he is prototypical of how I am, and I often wonder if I would have had a better temperament for the game had my first ambassador been
Had a different temperament.
a different temperament. Yeah, no, I don't blame him at all. Yeah, I love the guy. He's as far as I'm concerned like one of my family members. So
Here's a look.
we are who we are.
Yeah. So we're at 5-5. Frank
Frank dogged
uncharacteristically
the
missed
ball,
that
but
by
I mean,
a lot.
look, he hit it with inside.
He
and
was trying to do something.
When you hit it with inside and there's any kind of downward angle on the cue, it's going to masse.
Yeah.
And basically, when I'm shooting that shot, I am aiming to masse the ball before I hit it. That's just all there is to it. If you have a... He's okay. Believe it or not, he is just fine.
That 11's not past the line?
No. I mean, well, maybe it is. I don't know.
It's real close.
How many balls does Frank need? He's got to need
He
more
needs
than
3.
Right. So I mean, look, that 9 and that 14 and all. This is a high pressure shot. Frank comes with it. Okay, I get it, but
Yeah, you don't
this
want to be
is
shooting
this
for
is
the-
one pocket pressure.
Nobody
right
wants
here.
to be.
Right.
Nobody in one pocket wants to be shooting the spot shot for the dough. Like, it's just a tough shot.
Oh, not even this shot where you
Yeah.
got to follow down with a little bit of
This
angle.
is tough
You-
because he did.
no.
You have to put enough angle to have it come out for that next shot.
Exactly.
And
He hit it well.
he did. In fact, for me, I might have just shot that shot straight just to make the ball
Yep.
and rolled it forward to clear the pocket or to do something else.
Yeah. Depending on who you're playing, like if you're playing somebody who's an absolute wrestling match, and you don't make your game ball when you can, you'll lose a lot of those games.
We were talking about that a little bit
But when
before.
you're playing somebody who you're going to get more chances from, they're going to make little mistakes, you know.
Yeah, we were talking about that before, that depending on who you're playing against, the aggressiveness is got to change.
Absolutely.
Oh, we're going to lose Truman to table 9.
It's all right.
Good
I
luck
can
to
wait a
you.
minute.
I didn't hear who they said you were playing. Do you know who your match is?
No.
Truman says
It's
it
a
doesn't
race
matter.
to 1, so
It's
it
a
kind
coin
of doesn't
flip,
matter.
baby.
Yeah, Frank already put me on the 1 loss.
That's game. And now Frank's breaking.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, the break you always assume is worth a ball and a half or something, but
It can be
you know,
it can be
happens
worth a ball and a
all-
half for the other guy too.
Yeah, sure. Sure. I mean, if you don't come up high and get a couple balls by your pocket, suddenly it's like, who broke those? So, I mean, it's worth something if somebody's breaking well and they break on that table for an hour or two. Yeah, now it's worth something. But if you don't know the table and you don't quite have the friction down dialed in, you might scratch on the break. Now what's it worth?
A ball and a half the other way.
Yeah. Especially if 2 balls get on the rail and somebody gets to shoot 1 ball into the other, and now the World's Fair moves over to their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to just give up 1 ball when you scratch there. I mean, but see, there
That's
it is.
exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you assume it's not good, but okay. So now look at this, Daniel. If he can bank and bank, well, no, I don't agree in the least with playing for the 11. Not in the least, of course.
Looking at the. It got quiet, really quiet all of a
Of
sudden.
course, I'm gonna bank the 1 ball at the 11. This is not a smart shot, unless there's a dead ball.
That wasn't a good choice
I don't agree with that.
because the level of difficulty for the shot
And the
plus
number
the
of
level
balls
of
he's gonna
difficulty
get.
to bring it into the stack, it just makes it almost unmakeable.
And you know you're shooting the wrong shot, which doesn't help you shoot it very well. But
One
this is-
pocket is a game of biding your time. It's not always
and
about
playing
shooting.
statistics.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're playing chess, sometimes the right move is to give up your queen because it puts you in a stronger physical position. So somebody might have a material advantage. For all you chess players out there, and I assume 1 pocket players out there enjoy chess, okay? you will all be familiar with the fact that you can count up the numeric value of pieces, and you could compare the numeric value of your side to the numeric value of their side. But that has nothing to do with who has more economically developed their position. And a more economically developed position is way more valuable than a couple points.
I
Same
think
thing
that
here.
Frank can see the one ball.
Well, that's just unlucky. But anyway.
But I agree with what you're saying. I do the olds. No, I do not. It's the
You
one
should,
thing
you
I
would
know.
love
I
it.
know, but
Yeah.
I've
You and I
watched a
could
lot
play,
of the
'cause
best
I'm not
players. I'm
great,
just not.
and
I'm
we would
very
have
bad.
fun.
But it's a plus and minus. So if I give up my one ball, that's a minus one for me, but it'll move 3 balls onto my side.
Absolutely.
Now that's
You've
a plus.
developed your side,
So I'm a plus 2.
especially if you've
And that's how you would do
protected
it.
those 2 balls.
Right.
Right?
So, but it's a plus and minus, and you can almost draw a line down the center of the table and balls on this side and balls on that side, and it can help
Exactly.
those of us that aren't, or those of. I think I'm a little more advanced when it comes to the count. I'll
I'm
see
gonna
that.
hide my
You're good.
my contraband over here.
No one will know. But it helps you just keep track of the balls that are for you and against you if you just keep that basic track. Good luck.
I hope I have not yammered anybody's ear off. And,
Don't lie. You
everybody's
hope you
having
yammered a bunch of ears off and that they
I hope
learned
I
1 or
drove
2
y'all
nuggets.
bat crap crazy, and that everybody's having a happy new year. This is our first weekend tournament. Kicks off
tournament of the new year?
2016 for you guys from POV. And POV, I have a long history with it. I started off as a real critic, not understanding what they were really doing, and I have to say, when I am bored at home, the first thing I put in my search URL is POVPOOL, because sometimes you type POV, you get different results in your search history. So I type POVPOOL, and I'm always looking to see what new stuff they're posting. So
It's always good stuff.
to my sincerest gratitude, I think of this company and what they do for us. So, all right.
So a very happy new year to them.
Yeah. for
And to
sure.
you as well,
And
True.
to those other POV producers out there.
Good luck. So Frank was -1 off the break because he scratched off the break, and now we're at 3-2. 3-0. Truman, I like commentating with Truman. We don't always agree on what's going on the table, but his concept of what's going on is always very clear to him, and I enjoy hearing about it. I enjoy seeing how he sees the table. But we want you to have the opportunity to talk if it so comes across to you, okay?
Thanks, Brooke.
This isn't a good sign for going to watch my buddy play foosball that I'm already yawning at 4. It's not a good sign.
Did it take you all day to recover yesterday?
No. I went and had dinner with Lori last night. Like, I went out and did a little this and that. But by the time I got home, it was almost 5, and I just couldn't get to sleep. And so I just slept until probably 1 o'clock.
It's
just-
not even
I
like
just-
Daniel and I even drank.
That's what-
But it took us all day to be like, oh, let's get out of bed.
It's just because it was so long.
Yeah.
I had to leave when I left. I wanted to stay and watch the finals, but I was so tired.
Yeah.
Because now I had a little to drink, and I'm sober now. But when after you're sober now, you're just like the tired hits, and I was just like, oh man. I was like, if I don't leave now, I'm gonna be sleeping in the bleachers.
Which a couple people.
I've done that before. It's not comfortable. If I'd have known that was gonna happen, I'd have brought a pillow. So. Nice shot. It's a very nice shot. It's just that soft touch that Frank has. It's so nice. He never looks like he's forcing anything. He's just letting it kind of have its own way into the hole.
Yeah, it's kind of that easygoing personality that he has.
Yeah, his personality is. I agree.
Like his
it
pool
matches. Mm-hmm. It makes me wonder, though. My dad's a pretty easygoing guy, and I think it's that. But he wasn't that guy when he was our age. He was a different guy, and I just wonder if, like, back then, these guys used to just play this, like, super aggressive, like, ah. So Bernardo's on the one-loss side, I think. Actually, I'm not sure, because I don't know if Joey won his first match or not.
You just assume Joey lost.
I did. No, I assumed he won. And so I thought that Bernardo and Mark were on the other side because Joey's playing Bernard, who played Mark Whitehead.
Okay.
But
That's it.
I think. Yep. Was it? Yeah, Daniel was a little out of practice coming in.
That's what I'll say every time.
Maybe he sees him in the finals. Wishful thinking.
I got to tell you, the one of the reasons I play this tournament when I get an opportunity is because it is a race to one on the one-loss side, and I can beat people.
Yeah.
I can beat people in a race to one. Please let me win the coin flip and let me just shoot at my hole. That's all I'm looking for.
Thank you, Brooke, for coming in and commentating. Thank you,
You're very
Truman.
welcome. Thank you to Truman, yes. And thank you to all out there for the first tournament. Thank you to POVPOOL.
Oh, thank you. Join us back here for the next match who we're waiting for.